What is going on, New York Giants fans? D. Illa here. I wanted to address that Adonai Mitchell short that I made yesterday. I guess people just don't really understand why I keep on bringing up his name. I had somebody drop off my channel, dropped as a subscriber, I guess just because I posted a video about Adonai Mitchell. I guess they can't put the pieces of the puzzle together, so they think I'm just making a Jets video and they can't really figure out exactly what's going on. But it all ties around Tyler Nubin. That's why I continue to talk about Adonai Mitchell. Tyler Nubin was drafted at pick number 47 in the 2024 draft. Adonai Mitchell went 5 picks later to the Indianapolis Colts. Adonai Mitchell was a first-round talent that dropped to the second round. There were reports that came out that said, he had diabetes issues, and people said that if he didn't take his medication, he basically became uncoachable, whatever, this, that, and the other. He played fine at Texas. I don't understand how this became a big issue prior to the draft. This report came out like 4 weeks before that draft took place. So I guess the Giants kind of shied away from him because of that. Or it was because of the fact that they felt as though they needed to replace Xavier McKinney. It was probably more that than anything else. But I always argued that point. I was like, why are you drafting a safety in a class where the safety really wasn't a prominent position in the draft to begin with? You felt as though you were taking the best one, even though that whole entire group that was involved in that draft at the safety position was not necessarily that good to begin with. So I didn't really like Tyler Nubin. There's plenty of videos on my channel basically putting down the Tyler Nubin pick itself. I never liked it. And when Adonai Mitchell was still sitting there at pick number 47, I was like, man, just take the talent when it falls directly in your lap like he did. The kid was 21 years old. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. He's everything that you need in another outside wide receiver. You could have put him on the other side of the field across from Malik Neighbors and had your two main guys for 4 to 5 years. And I get we drafted Malik Neighbors in the first round, but it didn't matter. You had Darius Slayton, who was looking for a contract. Wandell really hadn't proved anything at that point, kind of had injuries here and there. There were so many question marks circling this wide receiver core. And I felt as though you could have put 2 young guys in place that you could have had for a good period of time, and they could have developed together, along with your quarterback that you drafted. You always would have had the 5th-year option with Malik Neighbors, and you would have had 4 years with Adonai Mitchell. If he played good enough to re-sign him after those 4 years were up, that's great. But once Adonai went to the Colts, he had no shot out there. He stuck behind Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, and then they drafted Tyler Warren. And I always believed with him, he was somebody that just needed consistent playing time to develop. He was 21 years old when he was drafted. And there's a video of me on here during the 2024 draft, right before pick number 47 is made. And I was talking about the Green Bay Packers. And I was like, I really feel like the Giants need to take a page out of the Packers book here. The Packers, the 2 previous drafts before the 2024 draft, had drafted 5 wide receivers and they took 2 tight ends, Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. But they gave themselves so many different options. And look at that team right now. Look at how much talent they have at the wide receiver position. They have a lot of different guys that they can turn to, especially when injuries take place.